right, how y'all doing? C. Thomas Gambrell here, just going over some information with you today. It's a series that we're going to be talking about business systems over the next several days. Going to be going into some information about the importance of business systems. So I want to welcome everyone to the live. We're broadcasting live on Facebook as well as Instagram. So go ahead and reach out to some folks. Share this information with them after you viewed it, or you can reach out to some folks now, give them an opportunity to sign in. So for some time, I've been working with business owners. I've been working with network marketers. I've been working with companies, not-for-profits, basically putting systems of success in place from a corporate standpoint, from an enterprise standpoint, also from an individual business, brick and mortar type businesses, home-based business, network marketing business. Regardless of the kind of business that you have, you need systems in your business. And if you don't have a system, that's a system. That's a system for failure. So you need systems, you need defined, documented systems in your business so that you can have what are called predictable outcomes. Whether the person becomes your customer or client or not is irrelevant. You just need to have a system for every type of scenario possible as it relates to getting your product or service out to the marketplace. Whether it's an intangible service like consulting, or it's actually a product like a t-shirt or some coffee or whatever the case might be. Because at the end of the day, the deal with your business is to have income coming in so that you can have a profitable business. In order to have income coming in, you need customers, you need clients, you need people that need the services and the products that you're providing to the marketplace. So business systems are very important. So I'm going to go over some information. I pretty much kind of outlined the board here. You can see here we have our acronym for system and this idea of your customer coming into your business and what are the processes that you're going to basically take them through. So I'm just going to outline this today, and then over the course of the next several episodes, we're going to be going into some details about the stuff that we're actually going to wind up putting here on the board. So this is Prep to Own Education. And again, I am C. Thomas Gambrell, the Prep to Own Superman, steward of unlimited performing assets. That's what that acronym is for. So here we have business systems. And the idea is that the system is related to business. And the idea of business, again, is to acquire a customer, have a transaction take place. And once that transaction take place, give that customer what you promised them in your marketing message. And then you also want to be in a position where you can have that customer become a repeat customer or give you referrals, as a result of their interaction with you through the sales process. So we're going to touch on the acronym first here. So there's a popular one. There's a popular acronym that people are using, in the marketplace. And it's a good one, but actually we have a better one at Prep to Own. But I'm going to talk to you just briefly about this one here. So that acronym that a lot of people use, system saves you stress, time, effort, and money, right? So that is actually true. A system will save you stress, time, effort, and money because the system is going to be in place for you to know exactly what to do at each encounter or each point that you are actually dealing with a customer. So if you know what you're going to do, if you know what you're going to say, using scripts and processes and procedures, certainly it is going to cause you less stress. It's going to allow you to manage your time better. And as you are working through the processes of acquiring a customer, well, let's start with the prospect, right? So you're going to get your prospect from the suspect pool. So you suspect people want what you're offering, but you're not sure, right? So you have to be able to separate the suspects from the prospects. Just because someone walks into your place of business, just because someone has an interest in your product or service, does not mean that they're actually a prospect. They could be just kicking the tires. They could be just doing it to make you, feel good, right? By them showing some interest. But they're really not interested in having a transaction take place, right? We do it all the time. It's called window shopping, right? So people do that. And it's no different with your business. So that just simply means that everyone is not a prospect for your business. And that's why you want a system in place so that you can also differentiate the suspects from the prospects, right? So that's going to also save you the stress, the time, and the effort as it relates to that, right? Because everything is predictable, everything is scripted. You have procedures in place as it relates to your systems. So it's going to save you effort and hopefully money as you become more proficient, at what you're doing. You have an opportunity to, not make as many mistakes as you might. You have an opportunity to be able to impact your customer or your potential customer in a way that actually draws them to your business and allows you to make more money with less effort. And it is definitely easier, as a little tidbit or a tip, it is definitely easier for you to service an existing customer than acquire a new customer. The cost of acquiring a new customer is always greater than selling an existing customer an additional product, right? So you want to be able to put your systems in place, right? So that is a great acronym. But we have a different one that we actually work with within the Prep to Own programs, the C. Thomas coaching, and all the things that we do as it relates to working with business owners. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to put up hours. And I'm actually going to add an S. I'm adding an S there because in reality, your business is not a business system. Your business is a compilation of systems, is an aggregate of systems. It is a combination of systems. It's plural. So it's not just business system, it's business systems with an S. So we have an acronym that we basically come up with, and I'm going to put the acronym on the board, and then I'm going to give you some definitions of the words so that you can really understand the significance of this idea of system in your business. So ours is, the S is for secures, and the Y is for your. So it secures your success through efficient management solutions. So this is a little different, right? The first acronym talks about, say, the outcome of a system. But this is really what a system is and what it does. It secures your success through efficient management solutions. At the end of the day, your customer has a challenge. Your customer has an issue. Your customer has a problem. And your business needs to be designed in order to provide them a solution to that issue, challenge, or problem. So your business systems have to be structured in a way that actually has that happen for your customer as it relates to what you're offering to the marketplace. So you want to be able to do that in a very efficient manner. You want to be able to manage it And you want these things to be able to be secured, right? So that you can have the success that you're looking for. And I actually took the time because a lot of time people hear words, right? They've seen words, but they don't necessarily know the definition or the meaning of the words, right? So clearly, these words have some type of definition or meaning, depending on who you are, depending on your experiences, depending on your language or your linguistic, background, whether you multilingual or have, single language or whatever the case might be. These words might hit you in a different way. So I took the time to look up the definitions of each of these words, and I'm just going to read the definition so that you're clear on the context that I'm talking about as it relates to this type of system. Secures your success through efficient management solutions, right? So here, I'm just going to read each one of them. The first definition here is secure, to secure something. And it says here, to fix or attach something firmly so that it cannot be moved or lost, right? So you want to be able to fix the process of not only acquiring a customer, but also retaining the customer and getting referrals through the systems with an S that are in your business, right? So securing that through a system is very key. And then the your, of course, it pertains to you. No need to define that. You know who you are, hopefully. You know who you are, hopefully, right? So it's pertaining to you, right? So it's securing your success. And then the success is defined as a person or thing that achieves desired aims and attains prosperity. When I saw that definition, I thought that it was very interesting that it had in there at the end, attains prosperity, right? So a person or a thing that achieves desired aims. So the systems that are in your business are designed or should be designed to achieve a desired aim. That simply means that they need to be predictable, right? Your systems need to be predictable as it relates to the outcomes. Even if the outcome is a yes or a no, or a maybe, tell me more about what you're doing, you need to have a system for each one of those outcomes, right? That's why it's more than one system as it relates to your overall business system from that standpoint. Now, the next word, through. So through, another very interesting one as I kind of looked at it. It says continuing in time toward completion of a process so as to complete a particular stage or trial successfully. That means that if you're going to go through this process of developing a system, a business system, that the idea that success is implicit, is part of the process, meaning that the systems that you are creating are designed to give you the desired outcome that you're looking for. And even the word through has success in its definition. That means that you're going to start at one point, in a process of acquiring a customer, and you're going to go through a process, and then on the other side of that process, the success is implied based on them going through the process, right? So that means that as they're going through the processes or the systems that you put in place, there needs to be a win on each side of that. And even if the person is not your customer at the end of the process, you can still win. Because if you have a system for the no's that will give you the outcome that you're looking for at some later point in time, then you still win. You still win, in that process, right? And then the next word, efficient, right? So you may not know exactly what efficient means. I got a better understanding, right? So that means that we want to be able to maximize the encounters with our customers or our clients, right? We don't want to waste time. We don't want to waste effort. We don't want to waste money. We want to make it efficient. So if you put them through a system, it becomes more efficient than just having it be haphazard. So you have the opportunity in implementing systems within your business Doesn't matter if you're a solopreneur or if you have a staff of 50 or 100. You still need systems. You need systems in your business, right? So that's the definition of efficient. And then the next one is management. The process of dealing with or controlling things or people. So that means that you want to be able to control the process. You control the process by putting systems in place, right? You can see the picture developing here, right? And then solutions. And solution, one of the definitions of solution is actually products or services designed to meet a particular need. And this is one of the most important things with business, just in general, is that your business has to provide someone with a solution, fill a need, right? You might have something that you're feeling that is a great business idea or a great business concept, but if nobody needs it or wants it, right? You can even design a business around a want, like the type of things people want. Because sometimes people don't go after the things that they actually need, right? A lot of times they go after what they want. And one of my mentors, it was very interesting, as I was actually launching my business almost 20 years ago, actually right before 9/11 happened, and our launch event was like right after 9/11. So it's 2001. Next year is our 20th year anniversary, and we got a celebration plan. So save the date, November 6, 2021. That was a little tangent. But my mentor said, what did he say? He said, sometimes you have to give people what they want in order to give them what they need, right? And that was very profound for me. And that actually helped me with my marketing message and my approach to business. And it actually allowed me to shift from doing a B2C type marketing for my seminar business when I first launched it. And I shifted that to B2B, actually working with organizations that already aggregated my target market versus me attempting to target that market, individually, right? And in that context, I could actually give people what they wanted and then also give them what they need in order to take their personal development to the next level, in order to take their business development to the next level. You give people what they want in order to give them what they need. That's just something there as another tidbit from that perspective. So we have solutions, products and services designed to meet a particular need. So this is really the context of systems in the sense that it's designed to secure your success through efficient management solutions. So you always want to be thinking solution. So we all start out as entrepreneurs or business owners, or even if you just have a side hustle, after work, because, you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere from that context. So the major systems of your business, there are basically 4 major systems. Now, within each of these systems, there are components or maybe subsystems within each of these major systems within your business. But it does not matter what kind of business it is. Doesn't matter whether it's you just selling shoestring tips, out of your house, or whether it's Amazon, right, or Microsoft. It does not matter. Every company, every business owner, every entrepreneurship endeavor, it basically has these 4 components. So the first one is lead generation. Right? So you have your customer or client, and then they go into your lead generation process. And this could even be the pool of potential customers or clients, right? So that's even a better description there, right? Potential customers or clients, right? Because it's not just one person, right? You want more than one customer unless it's a $1 billion company that has you on retainer or something like that, right? So potential customers or clients. And then they're going to go through your lead generation system. So this is basically, what are you doing to attract that customer? your marketing efforts, your advertising, your promotions. What are you doing in order to attract that person to your business, to your product, to your service? So that's called lead generation. And one of my pet peeves as I'm working with individuals or just hear people talking, they say things like sales and marketing, right? That is backwards, right? You have to market before you can sell something to someone. So it's really marketing and sales. Marketing then sales, right? So you have to generate a lead in some form or fashion. It could be word of mouth, right? It could be a Facebook ad, Instagram ad. It could be an event. It can be sponsoring an event so that you have an opportunity to maybe get on a platform for 15 minutes. It might mean doing a free presentation at a place of fellowship, right? So you have an opportunity to have access to the folks in the congregation, depending on what you're offering, right? So we have lead generation. And then the next system or the next major system that you need in your business is sales conversion. So you got that person's attention. They're interested in what you're doing, what you're talking about, how you're going to get the transaction. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the transaction. Are they going to become a customer or not? Because you've spent a certain amount of money, time, effort in order to get that person as a lead, right? Suspects from prospects. You suspect that they're a prospect, but you're not sure. So you have to do something to get their attention in order to qualify them as a lead, right? And a lot of people spend time working with people that are really not leads or prospects, and you wind up wasting time, right? If they're not interested, they're not interested. You just need a system for the not interested people. That's all. Have a system for that, because you're leaving money on the table, because a percentage of those people that are not interested today at some point in the future will have the potential for being interested in what you're doing, but you can't allow them to leave your system, right? Your business system, just because they said no. That's a big one there. People leave money on the table from the no's. You can make money from people that are not interested in several different ways, right? So you have lead generation, sales conversion, and then the next big system that you need is called client fulfillment. And client fulfillment is just simply honoring the promise that you made in your lead generation marketing materials. So as you're marketing to someone, you're making a promise to them. And as you make that promise to them, you want to be able to fulfill that promise once they become a customer, right? So once they become a customer, they go through the sales conversion, which actually elicits a transaction, right? There's money exchanged, and then you want to fulfill your promise. You got them as a customer. What is your system in order to fulfill that promise to that person? Because this is also where people lose a lot of money. They made a promise to the marketplace. Their business system was not designed to really fulfill that promise, because businesses go out of business when they grow too fast. Too many people coming in, they can't service all of the people. They get upset. They start talking bad about you on social media, and then boom, nobody's coming to you for the product and service that you're offering, because it's got around the world, right, through social media, that you cannot fulfill the promise that you made, right? So your business needs to be able to scale. And that's another great thing about systems, is that the system will allow you to scale. You can throw another body at it. You can throw some technology at it, automation at it, and the system will allow you to scale up as your business grows, right? You can go from the garage, to the 11,000 person campus like Apple did, right? Being able to scale up your business from the garage to the 11,000 employee campus. I'm not sure if that's the right number, but I know they have a huge building somewhere with a whole bunch of people in it, and is much more than the people that are able to be housed in the garage that the company started out in, right? So your business needs to be able to scale. So you want to be able to have a system. How do you provide that service in an excellent manner to the person that you made the promise to? Because guess what? You got their money. You want to be able to fulfill that, but you want to have a system for it. Now, a lot of people, regardless of whether they're dealing with a consultant like myself, a coach like myself, a lot of people will actually stop here. Lead generation, sales conversion, client fulfillment, because they feel like this is the goal, which represents a transaction, right? That's the dollar sign, represent the transaction. I got the customer, now I got to give them what they asked for, whether it's a product or a service, right? Fulfill, client fulfillment, and then a lot of people stop there and they leave not a little bit of money on the table. They leave a lot of money on the table. They leave an immeasurable amount of money on the table because they don't have this last system in place, right? This last system is a repeat business and referral system. They don't ask their happy customers and clients. They love you so much, right? They don't ask the customer for referrals, right? If the customer loves you so much, they had a great experience, they're actually going to talk to people about the business, anyway. But guess what? If you had a system in place with some incentives for that to happen, even the people that might be, it was all right. They might be inclined to refer some people to you. And guess what? You got a customer, a new customer at a lower cost than it might cost you to do lead generation for that particular customer, right? Because it's going to be word of mouth at that point, unless you give some kind of incentive, maybe give them a free session or whatever you're offering, or maybe give them a little gift card or give them a discount on their next purchase, which is part of like a repeat business process, right? So repeat business, if you sell somebody something for $7, do you have something for $20 that you can sell them? Have you created a funnel for them to go through as it relates to them being so interested in whatever you're providing to them? They want to buy some more from you. They want to be able to experience more of you through the products that you're offering to them, through the experience that they're having. Because people want to feel good, and it's an emotional process as it relates to them making that purchase. There's a lot of emotion involved. And then the logic kicks in later, but it's an emotional process. So while they're emotional, while they're happy, while they're satisfied, you have to have a system in place for repeat business, for some type of upsell, and then you have a referral system that will allow them to now go back to the sales conversion process, right? You don't have to go back to the lead generation because your existing customer is already your customer, but you want to be able to sell them something else. And then the referral is going to come out of this box versus coming out of the lead generation box, right? Even though it is a lead, it's a different access point, because this person might have come through a Facebook ad or an event that you did, or you handed out your business card to someone, but now this one is going to come through a friend, someone that they trust already. They don't know anything about you, but they trust the person that is giving them that referral, right? And that word of mouth referral has a lot of strength in it because there's trust for the person that's making the referral. And then if they had a great experience, guess what? Their friend, their family member, their colleague, their associate also wants to have a good experience if they are looking for that type of product or service as well, without having to go through a trial and error themselves, right? They already have social proof that it is actually a business or company that provides a great quality service, and even better than the quality service, the experience was awesome. No hiccups, pleasant people to work with. things came on the day that they said it was going to come. Came in great, the product came and there were no defects. I didn't have to return it. It was awesome, right? So while they're in that process, you want to have a system for repeat business for your existing customers, as well as a referral system. Now, there's a lot involved in each one of these boxes, and we'll be talking about that, over the course of the next couple of episodes as we're talking about business systems. We'll go into a little more detail about it. But really, this is basically the process that people are going to go through they should go through as they're going through your business. If you haven't thought about this, you really need to think about it. And at Prep to Own Education, the coaching, the training, the audio programs, the one-on-one coaching, everything that we do is centered around the idea of making sure that all businesses, whether it's a single person business, a solopreneur situation, or it's a small company, or it's a large brick and mortar existing company, not-for-profit, all of these systems flow through business. And at the end of the day, it's about solutions, right? It's about managing effectively, being efficient, right? Not wasting time, effort, or money, right? And going through from a start point to success. It's built in to the system, right? And it's about you having success and securing that success through a predictable system. Now, in closing, I'm going to just talk about, just going to give you a couple of things that every system needs to have, or what your systems need to be. And then we're going to talk about these couple of things here, and I'll recommend some books for you to read that I got a lot out of as it relates to what I'm talking to you about. And, very big advocate in learning, in the standpoint of you being in a position where you take the ownership of your business, of your existence, of your life, by making sure that you're reading information. And the only difference between myself and the next person is that I've read hundreds of books, listened to dozens of audio tapes, going through personal development, paid thousands of dollars to attend seminars and workshops and, have coaches and things like that. So you have to get on that road if you're not on that road. And that's what we're talking about, this idea of preparation for ownership. I'm actually going to be in Las Vegas in a couple of days, less than 2 weeks from now. And I'll be there for quite some time, attending conferences, a client event, a conference that I'm actually going to get some training and information. But we're also going to be doing workshops on financial literacy. And we also have a mastermind event planned for Vegas. And if you're not going to be able to make it out there, then you also have an opportunity to live stream into that event. But regardless, whether you're going to be in person or remote for the mastermind event, you have to apply. You have to submit an application. And when you submit the application, I'll determine whether or not it's a good fit for what we have planned for the next several weeks, months, and years as it relates to our Phoenix Club Mastermind. And Las Vegas is going to be the first time that we actually are implementing that process as part of our Prep to Own education programs and things of that nature. But we put together a very strong mastermind team, but you got to be ready for that level of engagement as it relates to what we're looking to do on the other side of that. So go ahead, go to the website, cthomasgambrell.com, apply for the mastermind, whether you're in Vegas or not. And then also the workshops that are coming up in Las Vegas. We have one scheduled for Manhattan on February 29th. Vegas, the workshop is February the 17th. The mastermind event is on February 13th. And then we have one scheduled for the Bronx. The date is forthcoming once we secure the location. But we're taking this message not only to the country, but to the world. So definitely you want to be part of this. So here, systems need to be predictable. Just a couple of points. So as you're putting together your system, you want to make sure that it's predictable, meaning that they're predictable outcomes. And you want to make sure that your system is not dependent on any particular person, skill, any particular person's skill or personality, meaning that you can plug a 13-year-old or an 85-year-old and anybody in between into that system, and they can have above average results because the system is designed as an above average efficient system. It's not dependent on the person executing the task. The person just needs to know how to execute the task as part of the system, and you can get the predictable outcomes from that perspective. Also, your system needs to be documented. You knowing what to do is not enough. In order for you to teach someone what those systems are, you need to document those systems. And the information in your documented system needs to be communicated through education, training, and learning experiences. Now, a lot of people think that education, training, and learning are all the same thing. That's a whole nother series of presentations as it relates to that. But briefly, education is really just simply an information exchange. As you get educated on things, it's really about the theory of what that subject is. Because just because you sit in the classroom and learn about chemistry doesn't mean that you can, put chemicals together and make something, right? You're getting information. Just because you're sitting in the class learning how to cook a meal doesn't mean that you know how to do it. It's just that you have the information. So education is a process, it's part of the process. So information exchange. And then the other part of it is the training. Like, training is not education. Training is teaching a specific skill for specific or desired outcome, right? So that's training. You're giving the person opportunity to learn exactly what to do and then what to expect as a result of what they're doing. And they only learn it, which is the third one, is just by doing it. You can only learn by doing. I don't care what anyone says. You can only learn by doing. So you have to do it in order to learn it. As you do it, you get a result, you assess the result, make the adjustment, and you do it again. And that's how you get better. So it has to be that loop or that cycle, right? You do the task, you assess the result, make the adjustment, do the task again. That's how you learn. You learn by doing. You don't learn sitting in a classroom, taking notes. You learn by doing. So that's what your system needs to be comprised of. The other things here that are going to be very key, even before you get to the point of doing a system, is that you want to have these things in place, right? You want to have a mission statement. You want to have a vision statement for your business as well. So you want a mission statement and a vision statement, because you want to be able to communicate in a very succinct way what your business is about. What is the promise that you're making to the marketplace? What is your unique selling proposition? What is your marketing message, right? So you want to have a mission statement so that you know, and you can refer to that. And then as you bring people on board, they will know. They don't have to guess. They don't have to try to figure it out. You exactly give them what the mission is. And the mission is what you're doing on a daily basis, as it relates to kind of in your business. And then the vision statement is basically what the world looks like after your mission is accomplished. Like, what are you working toward down the road? That's the vision of your business. So you need to have that in mind because that will also dictate your exit strategy, right? And I know that one of the individuals that I've studied, Michael Gerber, he talks about this idea of the only reason to have a business is to sell it, to have an exit strategy, right? And you create your legacy with the revenue that you generated from the sale of that business, right? So it's not necessarily that you have to hand your business down to the next generation, because a lot of times they're not interested. Like, children of very successful people sometimes are not interested in what that person did in order to create wealth. They have their own thing. They have the thing that they want to do, right? And sometimes they get forced into the family business, whatever the case might be. But Michael Gerber talks about being able to start a business, and the whole exit strategy is to sell it, right? So that might be that might have an impact on your mission statement. And then the next thing that you want to have as part of your business is a set of core values that are documented. Core values. What are you about? What is your business is about? You know, at the foundation of your mission and your vision statement, what is underneath that? What do you believe in? Right? Customers first, leadership development. You know, these might be the values that undergird your business, but you want to be able to articulate that to your business partners, your customers, your employees. You know, regardless of what kind of business that you have, you want to be able to communicate those things. And then you also want a marketing message. Right? A marketing message. The marketing message is not necessarily an ad campaign, right? It's not, your marketing message might be included in that ad campaign, but the marketing message is like what is at the core of your business, helping people get the right things done in less time. You know, is one of our marketing, that's part of our marketing message, getting the right things done in less time, right? To be more efficient. So you want to have your marketing message and then your brand. So even before you necessarily work on your business systems, you want to have a mission statement, vision statement, core values, marketing message, as well as your branding. And as you have thought about all of these things, it's going to impact the systems that you create. It's going to impact how you generate leads. It's going to impact how you convert people as relates to sales. Is it automated? Do you have salespeople? Is there application, right? It's going to dictate each part of that. And then your marketing message, your core values, vision, mission statement should all be underneath or supporting the way that you fulfill the promise that you made to your client fulfillment. And then you have your repeat business referral systems, and it goes back to that sales conversion. And at some point, you know, if you have that $7 product, you can take someone through a pipeline of products or services, right? It could be a $7 product going to a $20 product, to a $47 product, to a $97 product, to a $197 product, to a $247 product, to a $497 product, to a $1,197 product, on up the ladder, you know, depending on the type of products and services that you're offering to the marketplace. But you want to have a suite of products. You want to have a suite of services that are part of your business. So that's it for today. Business systems, just a recap, you know, saves you stress, time, effort, money. But then the real one that we use is secures your success through efficient management solutions. You have your potential clients and customers going through lead generation, sales conversion, transaction takes place, client fulfillment, repeat business, right? The repeat business also has dollar signs. You can turn that $7 customer into a $2,000 customer and have made money all in between that price range, and then have referrals. So you had a $7 customer, but that $7 customer is also responsible for you having 10 new customers that you didn't have to put through your lead generation. And then you want to make sure that you have mission statement, vision statement, core values, marketing message, and your branding down as you're working with your business. And again, it doesn't matter if you're a network marketer. It doesn't matter if you're a solopreneur, like a real estate agent or insurance agent. It doesn't matter whether you have a home-based business that you're working with your family, or you have a brick and mortar business. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're part of a corporation. You could actually apply all of these same concepts and principles and theories to being an employee, right? You could do that, because what's your mission at the job? What's your vision? What are the core values? What do you want people to know about you? as an employee in that situation, and how's your brand? You know, you have a brand whether you like it or not, right? Are you a good employee or are you an awful employee, right? But this is more so about being an owner. This is about preparation for ownership. This is about business ownership. This is about owning your life, you know, from that perspective. So you have here just a simple overview. And then there are 2 books that I want you to look at. You want to get these books, read these books, digest these books. These books are awesome. I love these books. I read these 2 books and it changed my mindset. It helped me to develop a better understanding of really what business is, right? So the first one is the EMyth. And this one is by Michael Gerber. And then the second book is Good to Great by Jim Collins. So Good to Great, Jim Collins, and the EMyth. The E stands for entrepreneurial. And that book talks about why you need turnkey systems in your business. It's an awesome book. I read that on vacation and in probably 2006, 2007, came back from that vacation and changed my entire business model based on what I read in that book. And then reading the Good to Great, it actually applies to these things as far as mission and vision statement. And it talks about the top companies in the world, what makes the number one company in any category stand out from the competitors. And what he found was, you got to read the book in order to find out what he found. I tricked you, right? So great book, From Good to Great. But it talks about what makes the number one companies versus the number 2 companies. Or it might be an industry that's been around for a long time, like telecommunications. And when AT&T got started, it actually had a whole bunch of competitors. But why did AT&T last, over 100 years, and the other competitors just kind of fell off that they started out with? What's behind all of that? And that's what basically the Good to Great is. So that's it for today, and we'll be back on with episode 3 within the next 24 hours. And I'm so excited to be doing this. We've been working on it for a while, and it's always awesome when things come to fruition. So with that, C. Thomas Gambrell signing off. If you're watching this and you have questions and comments, because I can't really see them right now while I'm broadcasting, but if you have questions, comments, I will definitely address those in the question and comments. And if you want me to touch on a particular topic, I'm actually going to be collecting questions, and at the end of the series, I'm just going to address questions as part of this, so it'll be documented, and you could actually go back to it and look at it over and over again, share it with individuals. So if you have questions, if you have comments, it was awesome. Give me a testimony in the comments. I'll send you a nice little gift for that, whether you're seeing this live or you're seeing a recording, whether it's on Facebook or IG or whatever platform you see it on, YouTube. Definitely give me some comments, some feedback, and we'll take the appropriate action as it relates to that. But I just want to thank you for your time, your attention, and your energy, and spending some time with me to talk about business systems.